Right guys, welcome back to the channel, and it's been a bit of a productive week. First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody that turned up to Battle Bunker on Friday to support the open invite night. Of course, free gaming if you turn up with painted armies, and that's an ongoing thing that will be happening every other Friday. So in 2 weeks' time, I will be facing off against one of my patrons, Ian Minto, and his Dark Angel, so I'm looking forward to that. But what have we getting done this week? Well, as you can see, I've painted a commander and 2 piranhas. Yep, did them in one day, bashed them out pretty quickly, pretty happy with them. I've also finished up a Primaris Gravis Captain, which I'm going to be sending off to Rick for his son Henry. Lucy has finished the Tyrannid Bollock, the Mini Bollock, and the Morlock, or Trigon, whichever one it is. She's even done the bases and everything, so massive thank you to Lucy for doing them for us. Hopefully you'll see them soon. Also, I decided to have a giant clear out of under my gaming table, and I pulled all my scenery out, and this is some of it here, and there's more of it, and there's a different angle of it. Basically reboxed it all up and put it away smartly under the table. I've still got the army cupboard to sort out though, but yeah, I decided to sort my terrain out. Need to fix up a lot of the trees and things like that as well, a lot of the fantasy based terrain. So without further ado, let's see what you guys have been doing. First off, we've got Adam Sellers, who's been painting up his Stormcast. Really nice silvers, and the gold and blue contrast there is fantastic. Next up, we've got Andre Bobinin. He runs Darmamu, and this is a piece of scenery that he's working on, and I love the sandstone colour and the statues at the top. Next up, we've got Ayrton Passam from Carrick War Games. He's been working on his Bushido models, including doing some freehand on the flags. Next up, we've got Barry Young from Underdog Painting. Go and check him out on YouTube. He's been adding to his Flesh Tearers, so this is what he's got on the go at the moment. He's also supplied a close-up of the Terminator Captain and the Primaris Chaplain as well. And he's also got some additional AdMech. He's finished off one of his armigers there as well. So fantastic stuff, Barry. Next up, we've got Bryn Hill. Thanks to Bryn, of course, for playing Deathwatch in last week's battle report. His Hiding that Deepkin are coming along. He's actually got more of them painted than I have of my Daughters of Cain, so I need to get a move on. Fantastic work on the Sea King here, Bryn, and the bases are absolutely phenomenal. I hope they're inspired by my Tyrannid bases. I know you've painted them up vastly differently, but these look amazing, mate, so keep it up. Next up, we've got Callum Howe, who has started working on Nagash. Little treat that he picked up a couple of weeks ago, and I love the ethereal, ghostly feel that he's got going on in the sword and the swirls there. Next up, we've got David Shreve, and we've got 6 Dakabots with some of the ruins basically on the bases. Very similar to my own, but using a different ruin set. And I like the cream contrast with the red, so nice work, man. Next up, we've got David Thorpe from Snake Eyes Gaming. Go and check him out, and he's been painting up Kilteen Cassius. Very much inspired by the release of the new Deathwatch Codex, so awesome work there, David. Next up, we've got Dazza. He's switched over to some 40k for a little bit, and he's painting up his Alpha Legion. Really nice old armour there. Dazza, keep up the awesome work. Next up, we've got Dylan. Dylan popped over to Battle Bunker on Friday. It was a pleasure to finally meet him, and of course, Dylan has supported the channel by means of models and stuff, which I'm almost getting around to painting. But he's been working on his Primaris Chaplain, and I think that's like a Deathwatch Lieutenant. Interesting stuff, 2 Primaris Chaplains there, and I've lost mine. Sad face. Next up, we've got Ethan. He's been working on his Tempestus, and he wanted a really bright, stark contrast between the armor plates and the trousers and everything. So really nice work on the turquoise there. Next up, we've got Ian, who I will be playing, of course. He's Dark Angels against in 10 days' time or so, and he's doing some Thousand Suns up for a friend. But of course in the typical old style colours, so really nice work there, Ian. Next up, we've got Jess Smart. Jess has picked up a box of the Azrite Ruins. I've got 2 boxes here myself, which I need to finish off, and she's also got some Vanguard Raptors with the longsword crossbows there. Lucy's favourite shooting unit for Stormcast. Next up, we've got Jimmy G, and he's been working on some models and stuff for Gasland, and this is what he's getting put together so far. So I look forward to seeing them all battered up. Next up, we've got Lee Scott Reynolds, and Lee's also working on his AdMech. Again, two-tone cream and blue for the robots, but he's also got a Lehman Russ there and an Honor Jet that he's working on as well. So I look forward to seeing those guys finished off. Michael Bottrell, meanwhile, has been working on the Chosen Axes for Shadespire. Michael's probably got most of these now, but really, really nice work on them, Michael. Nathan has been very busy on his night shift, and he's been putting together some Necron Destroyers, Warriors, and Scarabs. Nathan runs, correct if I'm wrong, Nathan, I think it's Neolak. And I've seen his models at the tournament of Battle Bunker, phenomenal models. So thanks very much for sharing that, Nathan. We've got Paul Shaw, who's been working on his Telemann Dreadnought for his Custodes. Really nice purple contrast to the gold that you would normally see red on. So really nice work on that. Next up, we've got Sam Goodwin, and Sam is a much braver man than me because he's dared to do his Harlequins with diamonds. I did one leg, if you've spotted it. Never again. So really nice work there, Sam. Next up, we've got Sharpie. He's been working on some more Space Wolves. I think this is Grigor Fellhand from one of the Heresy boxes. The bluey grey armour that you've done is really nice, and the blonde hair's come out really nice as well. So awesome work, Sharpie. Next up, we've got Steve Trigg Jones, and he's been working on his AdMech. Couple of Transonic Arquebuses there. I love the black cloaks with the white tails around the edge of them. Really makes them pop and stand out. Next up, we've got Stephen Kalimboski, and he's been working on his drop fleet. He's managed to get a small board assembled there with the terrain, and he's also been doing more paperworks as well as getting a ship for drop fleet painted up. Next up, we've got Tom Brown, who's been working on Gaslands. Gaslands is very popular at the moment, and I absolutely love this rusted up car. Correct us if I'm wrong, but is this Doc Hudson from Cars? Because it looks very, very familiar in shape. Next up, we've got Tom Downs. Tom has been working on some Space Wolves. Love the brown that you've done with these, Tom, and especially the dirt-coloured bases as opposed to the snow that you would typically see. Next up, we've got Will Galloway. He's been working on an entire Scion list. Will, you're a monster for painting hordes, and I wish I had a quarter of your energy to do it, mate. Fantastic work. And finally, we've got another one of the patrons. We've got Stephen Dunn, and Stephen's been really loving his bolt action the last couple of weeks. So we've got, it looks as though, an MPV, we've got a tank, and we've got 5 infantrymen. And much like me, he's lost some models this week. He's misplaced a sprue of models. So that is everything, guys. Thank you very much for sharing everything this week. We really do appreciate the support. Please check us out on Patreon for early access to battle reports. And of course, check out our sponsor Battle Bunker for discounted hobby products, which Justin now does postage on. Links can be found, of course, in the description below. So thanks very much for watching, guys, and we'll see you again next time.